We got one of these, and we got one of these. So let's put them all together and get to installing. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Evercade Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich. Yes, that's right. It's time for more Polymega PSX fun. That's right. We've got a PlayStation game, and not just any PlayStation game. It is a multi-disc PlayStation game, Final Fantasy VII. That's right. We got the greatest hits version. Found it on eBay for a really awesome price. And it is, as they might say, minty fresh. For those of you that were with me in my Joe Montana Let's Predict the Super Bowl stream, you could see that when we took this disc and took a look at it, there is nothing going on in there. Maybe a little dust fleck just hit the thing. But man, oh man, is it a clean looking disc. And it goes all the way through. It goes all the way through. You know, you take a look at the manual. And then the manual on this thing barely looks like it was used at all. Nice and neat. Back cover with Aerith. And the high wind. It's all good. I mean, just looking at it, like, you know, I opened it up to the center, and it, you know, like, again, this thing looks like it's barely. It wasn't even really opened until I opened it. Look how cool this is. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these discs and we're going to put them in the Polymega. Now, if a multi-disc game is going to install correctly, you know that they're going to make sure that Final Fantasy VII is that game, right? Yeah, there's disc 2 hanging in there. And then we got disc 3. Like I said, didn't even look like anything was going on this disc. Like nothing. It's super good. So what we're going to do during this episode is, of course, we're going to just go ahead and start jamming these discs in here. And then we're going to find out what happens, actually, after a disc finishes. Does it know that it's multi-disc and it asks you for the next disc? Do you have to put in the next one and install it separately, and it still recognizes that a disc? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So we're going to find out together. So let's get on over here into the install zone and get this done. Let's go. All right, here we are in the install zone. I'm here in the box in the bottom, and I'm taking disc 1 out again. There it is, and we're going to put it right into the Polymega. Go straight in here. It is very loud, that drive, but it's okay. So it's going to read the disc and hopefully tell me that it is not only just a disc, but it is Final Fantasy VII. And then maybe even hopefully Final Fantasy VII disc 1. And then we're gonna go ahead and install. So hopefully that is the thing. And also hopefully, guys, I have been watching some other series. We're gonna talk about those in a little bit. That is also Polymega stuff. There it is. See, look it up there. Look it up there. It says PS Final Fantasy VII 1 out of 3 play manage. So it does recognize it as a multi-disc game, and we're going to go ahead and manage, and we're going to add to collection and install. And requires 737 megabits. Yes, would you want to proceed? Absolutely, we will proceed. We're going to put it right on my 2 terabyte Western Digital SSD. So let's do that. And it's going to install 5%. Let's go. So as it's going and doing that, I just want to remind folks that not only are we doing some cool things with the installation and playing games of stuff that's in my collection on the Polymega, but we're also taking a look at things that are directly installed on the Polymega. Yes, I'm talking about those pack-in games. We're going through every single one in a different series called Fun for 5, and we are 100% going through and taking about a 5 to 10 minute look at every single game that was packed in to the Polymega, saying whether or not it's worth your time to play. That is the whole Fun for 5 way. We play for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I tell you, hey, is the fun found? And if the fun's found, I'm telling you, hey, it's probably worth your time to play. Is it certified good times? Is it so good that you absolutely must play? Is it a yeah, but, like, yeah, you can probably have your fun, but it might only be for certain people, or you might have to get around this like one little quirk about the game or something like that, or something else, right? Or is the game not great, right? And we try not to use that one too much because, all these devs, they put in their time, they put in their effort. The games get made and they get put on a disc or whatever. It's not just, it's one of those things where it's just such a shame that a game like that might come out and have a bad instance or whatever. And I don't know, I just don't like the environment where everyone just comes with the sledgehammer and just beats the game senseless, because at the end of the day, somebody put in way more hours than probably you and I would ever put in to trying to make a game, to make this thing happen, and it didn't work out, right? The project didn't work out, and it's kind of sad, right? So that's in my opinion, right? It's why we try to not use not great. But I mean, if the game is just so broken, it's obvious or something like that, I mean, we got to tag it, just be like, hey, look, it just don't go there, and it'll be all right. But no offense to anyone in the industry that makes these games. When the not great happens, I absolutely mean no offense in that sense. So we got 28%, 29. So I'm just going to try to fill a lot of time, because obviously, we're waiting for all 700 megs of the disk to be transferred from the disk 1, 2, and we're gonna have to do it 2 more times, right? So, at any rate, I want to make sure that you guys know that those other things are happening. So we're telling you about other videos that you can go and check out here on the channel on Bacon Ice Cream Productions, and there's going to be even more. There's going to be even more in actually a series that I don't know exactly how we're going to call this or what we're going to do, but we're going to do something really kind of cool here on the channel, specifically related to Final Fantasy VII. As a friend of the channel and channel member, Gunzy20 has never actually finished this game. So I think we're going to do a little cool thing where I might actually go on a journey with him and relive Final Fantasy VII here on the Polymega, and at the same time have a PlayStation set up in Studio B so that Gunzy20 himself can also experience it. And then maybe we'll play for a little bit. I don't know if we're going to do a capture or any of that stuff, but we'll play, we'll do whatever. Maybe we'll have a little discussion, a little sideshow, talking about Final Fantasy VII and what does Gunzy have to say about oh, we got this key moment of the game. How does he feel about reaching that or whatever? And me, I've played this game up, down, left, right, center, and all the different ways. So that'd be interesting to have a conversation with somebody that has really good, deep knowledge of playing, and maybe a little hazy, because the last time I played it was over a decade ago. I'm not counting Remake. I did play that when it came out, and the Rebirth demo was something else. Talk about that's another show though, but talking about other shows, those will be coming up soon, which will be kind of cool. Also, of course, we can't forget about our friends over at Evercade. So all of the games that I'm going to play on the Polymega will have an additional kind of rating system, if you will, to them added. Not only just the certified good times, the not great, the fun with sound, etc. Yeah, but also we're going to inspect if it doesn't already exist on an Evercade cartridge. We're going to ask the question: is it cartridge worthy? That's right. We're going to actually look at all of these games and try to answer that question too. So something a little bit for everyone here on the Polymega side of things. So even if you're watching and you're only an Evercade fan, you really don't care about the Polymega, I want to say, if for whatever reason you wind up on this video, I want to actually say, hey guys, come on over to Polymega Land. Check out some of this footage of some of these games. There's a lot more connections than you might think. As most of the games that are going to be removed, like fly away when we do our update on the Polymega shortly, when we try to put our Ultra 64 module, we're going to lose those games. They're all Pico Interactive games. And if I'm not mistaken, if I look up here on the shelf, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cartridges right in front of me that say Pico Interactive on them. So there's many, many games that are already available on the Evercade ecosystem, and many more to come, I'm imagining. Yeah, that seems like a relationship that keeps going. So you never know. Some of these Polymega games might actually wind up on a cart. So why don't we just inspect them, shall we, and just look at them, and then go through and say, hey, maybe this is indeed worth it. It is indeed worth the time to not only play if you have a Polymega, but hey, maybe it is cartridge worthy, and we should start rattling some cages in the requests line over at the Evercade land and get these games on cartridges and play them on the Evercade, right? That would be kind of cool. It would be very, very cool. So I think that's what we're going to do there. Lots of really cool things coming down the line for those that are into that kind of thing. We got 71% going down on the installation. This is also confirming the fact that since I bought this on the Bay of Ease, as I call it sometimes, this disc 1 seems very, very good and installing quite well. Are we going to get it lucky again? I'm not sure, because I just did buy another disc-based RPG for not the PlayStation, for a different system. You guys are going to have to stay tuned to see what that one is. It's going to enter the Polymega as soon as it comes in, unless it looks like trash. I mean, if I look at the disc and it's just hot garbage, then obviously I'm not going to risk putting it in there to mess up the read blends on the Polymega. But ooh, am I hoping? Excuse me, folks. Ooh, am I hoping that it's going to be a good time? Because oh man, I got a killer deal on this one. So we'll see. It's going to be in the mix. I don't know, 3-4 business days from now. We're shooting it on the 12th. They said it's probably going to arrive between the 14th and the 18th or something like that. So yeah, whatever, it's fine. Whenever it gets here, it gets here. There's plenty of games to play. Don't get me wrong. And speaking of that other thing, the Evercade side of things, yeah, I got to get back into these carts and start playing the Fun for Fives on these games too. Because man, I'm buried. Talk about a backlog. I probably got 50, 60 games to go through, which is nuts. I think I got stuff on the Atari VCS. Not much remains. I think 4 or 5 games. But one of them is Days of Doom. I haven't played since October or something like that. I feel bad about that one, but we'll be checking those out too. So more good stuff. We've reached the apex of doing setup and life getting in the way and having all sorts of projects or whatever. I'm going to start trying to hammer home these videos and get this stuff done. So also I do appreciate if the 14-minute mark. You are still here watching this bar go along with me. I do definitely appreciate it, and I've been trying my best to fill that time with something that is entertaining at least. It's probably not a great video, but I just want to see. I want to see what happens after this installs. Can I just keep hitting the button and it just installs and it's fine? I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens next. The Polymega is getting to its 89%. I'm taking my headphone off to see if it makes sure it keeps going. Seeming like it's going pretty good. So, not exactly sure what it needs to do next, but it needs to just keep going. Keep doing its thing. 90%. All right. See, we're getting there. 91%. Okay. All right, we're good. 92. It hung in there at 89% for a little bit, didn't it? Got a little scary. got a little frightening as we're seeing this go down. I was not necessarily thrilled at the fact that there was that delay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. It's all good. It's all good. All good, all good, all good. 98%. Okay. 99%. And I think we're good. We're good. It says Final Fantasy installation finished, but it's not complete, obviously. It didn't complete the entire game because not the entire game is all on one disc. So we're going to go through here and we're going to go to return to home. All right. And there's that, which is kind of cool. We're going to hit the eject button. And it's going to pop that disc out. All right. We're going to put this bad boy back in there. Still looking as crisp and clean as it was before I put it in. All right. We're going to go for disc 2. And I'm imagining it's going to take the same amount of time. Now this time, because we have the power of the pause, I may in fact actually pause the recording and come back to you so we don't have to stare at each other for 20 minutes while I do the next disc and then do it again and then we'll get to the end. But I wanted to make sure that first one went through so you guys can feel the tension that I was feeling. So we got disc 2 in, and hopefully it'll read and then recognize that it is indeed disc 2, and we'll see PS Final Fantasy 7 2 out of 3. There it is. There it is. We're going to hit manage, and we're going to hit add to collection and install. It needs 723.312 megabytes, so it's another full disk. Yes, we want to do that. We're going to put it on the external terabyte, and it's going. All right. So we're going to go and let it ride. Is at 3%. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the pause button, and I will come back to you when it's at 97%. Or 90-something percent anyway. And then we'll continue on with this video. So I'm going to hit the pause button right now. See ya. All right. Just in time to have 98, 99, and getting towards 100% of disc 2, and had a little time. Get some ice cream while we were waiting. So let's go back to the menu for this one. Turn to home, and then we're gonna pop out this disc as well. Okay. Disc 2. Going back here. Disc 3. Looking very shiny indeed again. Going on in. Going to be recognized, hopefully, as disc 3 of 3, of course. We look at our not so friendly Sephiroth going into the fire over in the Nibelums. It's very bad what he did there. It was not good. I didn't like it. Ooh. There we go. 3 of 3, Final Fantasy 7. 3 of 3. Gonna hit manage. Add to collection, install. Yes. 651, so not as full. And install. There you go. And as we did before, we're going to go ahead and pause, and then we'll come back around that 97% mark and see what's going on. Ooh. The disk drive is definitely making like all sorts of interesting noises, but seems to be pretty good. All right, we're going to keep going. See you on the other side. All right, here we are back at 98. And then looking to 99, and then completing disc 3 of Final Fantasy 7. Turns out that I think the noise that was happening around the Polymega was actually the reverberations of the thing sitting on top of it, which is my Atari VCS. It was just kind of rattling around. Didn't like the spinning of the disc, apparently. All right, there we go. So that's that. So we're going to go ahead and eject disc 3, and then we're going to launch Final Fantasy VII. Just enough to see if we can play and do all that. There we go. Back in. Bam. Final Fantasy VII installed on the Polymega. We're going to put that back over here. We're going to grab our trusty controller. And we're going to go down. Recently added. 3 of 3, 2 of 3, and 1 of 3. So it does list them all, actually, as stuff there. We're going to go into details. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It shows you cool stuff there. I wonder if you go into this disc. Okay, so it's the same images. So each disc has the same image, but it does actually list. So you can see Final Fantasy VII PS97, 1 player, 1 of 3, and then 2 of 3, and then 3 of 3. So you can kind of see that is actually happening there. So we're gonna go ahead and play and see what happens here. Start new game with enhancements enabled. And we don't no need for patching or anything like that. We're just gonna hit the button. And we'll see. We'll see what happens here. All right. It's so weird when you start that you don't get like the PlayStation loading thing. Doggy Man, he's ready to go. Squaresoft. There it is. There it is, folks. Just love like settling in and hearing it, hearing the music. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. There we go. I don't have a continue option. Yeah, okay. It won't let me. Yeah, okay. There's nothing. All right, cool. I'm hitting new game just in case. We're gonna start it, and then as soon as I can basically control cloud, we'll back out. There it is. It just the beginning of this game is just so like epic in just so many proportions. There's so many other games that had like cool intros and like all that kind of stuff and cinematic things back in the day, back in the early PSX days. And of course, lots of cool intros in SNES games and the like before, but just nothing really compares to like the hit that comes when starting up this one. It really is. To me, it was just something else to experience. It was really, really cool. There's Aerith. Just kind of, I guess, looking at the Mako. Just checking in on you, seeing how you're going. About to go sell some flowers. And in the meantime, just on the other side of town, we're going to get some craziness. And just, bam, just hits you. Good stuff, good stuff. Jesse just kicks that dude in the stomach. Just like, get out of here. Poor guy. He's just trying to help you out. Oh, I forgot it was an analog stick game. It was not. There he is, just staring at you. There's Cloud. Just look at this. Look at this model. I mean, let's go to Final Fantasy VII Remake real quick. Look at the model. Oh man, I love this game. So we're just going here. Here's your ex-soldier. Use your magic. You don't have anything. We're good. Forgot you had to hold X to run. Lots of things to get used to. We'll do the first battle and then I'll be. Wow. I mean, a machine gun doing you 4 damage. That's, you know, you figured that would be something different. He's all happy about it. I'll put my sword back. Level on up. There you go. There you are. So we're going to use some of the Polymega features now. You can create a save state. There it is. There we go. Got a virtual display. It's pretty cool. Because you can change the aspect ratio. Oh, look at the stretchy. I guess you could do that, but people would yell at you, I think. Square pixels. Wide, standard 4x3, 4x3 zoom, which is the default, I think. So, pretty wild, huh? Pretty wild. All right, cool. So anyway, cancel there. And we'll exit game. Go on back to the menu. And just like that, you're back in there and you're ready to rock. Load times are basically a thing of the past. And it's looking pretty good. So let's go on over to the wrap-up, and let's keep going. All right, there you have it, folks. That was the installation of a multi-disc game on the Polymega, that being Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation. Looks like it installed pretty good. I don't have any data to like load the next game or whatever, but this is going to wind up being a completion quest, yet another series in the till here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions. So please keep it tuned right here on the channel, as we will be playing this game and probably many other games that are multi-disc that we'll answer the question, how does the Polymega handle those disc changes? You just select another file or save the game and then load the next disc. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go down, but we will find out together. So, but for now, we know that we can just boom, 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 install the discs. The discs are identified by the system as their disc title in their disc order. Looking good. Very good so far. So what do you guys think? Just let me know down below in the comments. Of course, get involved and all that kind of fun stuff. And we've reached the end of a video here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions. So we have to do one thing and one thing only, and that is check in and thank the members of the Good Times Club. So let's do that right now. Let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, George Games, Chris Westerman, Phantom Fiction, Skeletrex, Lloyd R. Jim, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Shua, John Willig, and Gunzy20. Let's thank you all for being members of the Good Times Club. Thank you guys all for watching, whether you're a Good Times Club member or not. Thanks for the likes and the dislikes and the comments and all the things that you can do and the subs and all that fun stuff. Thank you for everything. Thanks so much for checking us out here, and keep it locked and tuned in, because we will have much, much more to come. Not only Polymega related, but retro in general. So keep it right here on Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We'll keep you, and until next time, I should say, until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys.
rtfc.baconicecream.com.